Acts chapter 23. Paul appears before Jewish authorities. Paul looked seriously at the authorities and told them, "My friends and brothers, I have dwelled in clear and perfect conscience before the Lord God to this very day and hour." And the supreme priest Ananias ordered those who were standing near Paul to attack him by striking him on the mouth. Then Paul told him, "The Lord God will surely attack you and strike you, you whitewashed wall. For you are seated there to judge me in accordance with the law, yet you violate the law by instructing them to attack me and strike me." The men standing near Paul asked him, "Are you insulting the supreme priest of the Lord God?" And Paul replied, "Brethren, I was not aware that he was the supreme priest. For it is inscribed in the scriptures, you shall not say evil things about the authority leading your people." When Paul observed that some of the authorities were Sadducees and others Pharisees, he called out to the authorities in the assembly, "My friends and brothers, I am a Pharisee, the offspring of a Pharisee. I'm being tried in this place due to the hope I have that surely the dead will rise back to life." After Paul had spoken these words, a dispute broke out between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, which soon deteriorated into a schism. For the Sadducees maintained that there is no resurrection, no angel, and no spirit, but the Pharisees believe in the three. And the voices had become quite loud in the assembly, and quite a few authorities of the law belonging to the college of the Pharisees arose in a vehement protest. "We find absolutely no wrong in this man. Possibly a spirit or an angel has addressed him, and thus let us not resist or oppose the Lord our God." The disputation became quite vehement, and now the Roman authority feared that an attack on Paul was imminent and that it might be fatal. And so he commanded his forces to go right into the assembly, remove Paul from that place, and take him away into the barracks. But when it was night, the Lord God was right by Paul and told him, fear not, you have given your witness for me in this place, in the city of Jerusalem, and you must do likewise in Rome." When it was morning, some Jewish extremists assembled and schemed. They made a vow to abstain and not eat any food or drink any fluid until they had Paul killed. Now, there were more than 40 Jewish extremists involved in this conspiracy. They approached the leading priests and elders and told them, "We have jointly taken a great vow not to consume anything until we have Paul killed. Therefore, you and the council of authorities dispatch a message to the Roman authority that Paul be led down to you tomorrow, pretending that you wish to make further inquiries about him. But we will be prepared to carry out a fatal attack before he even comes near." But the offspring of Paul's sister heard about the deadly scheme. So he proceeded to the barracks and informed Paul. So Paul called one of the bureaucrats and told him, "Please lead this young man to the authority in charge. He has some information for him." The bureaucrat took the young man, brought him to the authority in charge, and told him, "Paul, the captive, called me and requested that I take this young man to your office. He has some information for you." So the authority in charge took the young man by the hand, proceeded to one side, and asked him secretly, "What information do you have to share with me?" And the young man answered, "The Jewish leaders have made a plot. They will request that you send Paul over to the council tomorrow, pretending that the council wishes to make further inquiries about him. But don't be fooled by their statements and tricks. For more than 40 of them have plotted an ambush for Paul, and they have taken a solemn vow to abstain completely from eating or drinking until they have achieved their objective and killed him. They are already prepared, only waiting at this time for your command." And so the authority in charge allowed the young man to go on his way, but warned him, "Tell nobody that you have alerted me regarding the plot." At that point, the Roman commander, the authority in charge, summoned 2 of his centurions, saying, Get ready 200 combat troops, 70 horsemen, and an additional 200 spearmen to proceed to Caesarea at about 9 p.m., 9 o'clock at night. Get good horses for Paul and ensure that he gets safely to Felix the governor. And then the Roman authority wrote a letter like this: Claudius Lysias, to His Excellency, Governor Felix, my warm greetings. This man was attacked and seized by the Jewish people, and they were about to kill him in a disorderly crowd. Racing there with my forces, I rescued him, understanding that he was a citizen of Rome. I wanted to find out what accusation they had against him, so I brought him before an assembly of the authorities. I discovered that he was being accused regarding issues in their law, but there were no criminal charges against him deserving capital punishment or incarceration. And when I was informed that some Jewish extremists had plotted an ambush for him, I dispatched him at once to you. I also ordered those who have charged him with offense to report the accusation they have against him to you. Goodbye. At this point, the combat troops, as they were ordered, got Paul and led him in the night to Antipatris. The following day, the troops on foot allowed the horsemen to proceed with Paul while they came back to the barracks. And the horsemen brought Paul quite safely to Caesarea, handed the letter to the governor, and presented Paul to him likewise. The governor opened the letter, read it, and asked what region Paul was from. And when he learned that Paul was from Cilicia, he concluded, I will hear your case when the plaintiffs arrive. And the governor ordered that Paul be kept secure in Herod's praetorium.